How important is steel for the American manufacturing sector? In 2023, the U.S. imported over 28 million metric tons of steel, with an approximate value of $19.6 billion. From selecting the right source country to applying for permits, we'll walk you through the essential steps to help you better understand the steel import process. Step 1. Choosing the right source country. Currently, the top suppliers of steel to the United States are Canada, Mexico, Brazil, South Korea, Japan, and Germany. Step 2. Determine what tariffs your steel imports may be subject to. Currently, Section 232 tariffs are 25% of the import value and are applied to various finished steel products and iron alloys. Steel imports from Mexico and Canada benefit from favorable trade conditions under the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement. However, recent changes now require steel products to be poured and melted entirely in Mexico or Canada to be exempt from Section 232. Products imported from Mexico that have not been poured and melted there will be subject to a 25% tariff. Steel imports from other nations are subject to Section 232 tariffs unless a tariff rate quota or absolute quota is available. Absolute quotas may minimize the tariff but limit the amount of steel allowed. This is the case with imports from Brazil and South Korea. Japanese steel imports are subject to a tariff rate quota, with the 25% tariff applied once the quota is exceeded. Finally, be wary of importing from countries with anti-dumping and countervailing duties against steel and iron alloy products. AD/CVDs are in addition to any applicable 232 tariffs. Duties range from 10% to over 200% ad valorem, but might only apply to certain products from a nation. Steel imports from China carry some of the highest penalties in this category and are also subject to Section 301 tariffs. Understanding these tariffs is essential for financial planning and avoiding unexpected costs. Step 3. Secure a mandatory steel import monitoring and analysis license, or SEMA. SEMA helps the U.S. monitor steel imports, ensuring compliance with trade regulations. Standard licenses only cover one shipment at a time, but can cover multiple products in that shipment. You also have the option to apply for multiple licenses. If your steel imports are valued at less than $5,000, you have the option to apply for a low-value license that can cover multiple entries. However, each shipment must be under the $5,000 threshold. Applications for all types are completed online through the International Trade Administration at no cost. Licenses can be issued to importers, importing agents, brokers, and foreign exporters with a U.S. Business Street address. Licenses will be valid for 75 days. Finally, be sure to apply for the license before your shipment leaves the supplier's port and before completing your CBP entry summary, CF7501. Step 4. Securing your customs bond. Customs bonds ensure compliance with CBP regulations and cover full payment of duties upon entry. Steel is regulated by the Environmental Protection Agency, so regardless of value, a bond is highly recommended. To recap, importing steel into the U.S. involves choosing a source country, navigating complex tariffs, obtaining the right licenses, and securing a customs bond. The good news is, you don't have to do it on your own. By working with a licensed customs broker from USA Customs Clearance, you'll gain expert services that make importing simple and provide you with peace of mind. Find a link to our services in the description, and be sure to let us know of any questions in the comments.